What's up, Jobber Nation? Welcome to Jobber Nation TV, soon to be the #1 wrestling channel in the YouTube wrestling community. In today's video, we're gonna run down best and worst of Raw and SmackDown. My name is the Champ, and guess what, people? This guy actually decided to show up this week. I'm here joined by Shawnee.
What's good, people? What's good? Y'all know who it is. It's the Beast, Shawnee.
Yeah, you actually decided to show up this week
Man,
after
I
a
already
no.
told you what was up. Don't even act like you don't know what's up.
It's all good though. It's all good though. I carried it last week. So let's get straight to the MVP of the week. And I'm gonna go straight to Shawnee. Shawnee, who's your MVP of the week?
Now, this one for me was kind of hard because I'm like, no one really stood out a lot. I mean, there were some people who had some good spots and stuff like that, but the person I gave it to was none other than Brock Lesnar.
That was pretty weak, but go
No,
ahead.
no, you pretty weak. Shut up. No, like I was saying, Brock Lesnar. Last time we saw this dude, he had got squashed by Goldberg, the dude who freaking gets tired within 20 seconds of just walking down the ramp. This dude got embarrassed by him, but then he came back on the first segment of Raw and did some damage. I didn't like how Roman Reigns like kind of laid him out. Now before this whole thing, whenever Roman Reigns did his Superman punch, it would just make him stumble. He never fell straight to the ground. But this segment, he fell like straight to the ground. I didn't like that, but I did like how he cleared the entire ring. So I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's so weak. For the first time, I have to agree with you. I picked Brock Lesnar. And
hot garbage, man. Hot garbage.
but I pretty much agree with you though, because Brock Lesnar came out and felt like the opening segment. I thought it was gonna be like the same old thing we've been seeing for a few weeks. Seth Rollins, Reigns, Jericho, Owens, that same old dynamic. But once Brock Lesnar's music hit, it took that segment into a new level. I actually got excited. So to see my boy Brock Lesnar destroy everybody, and to see Braun Strowman back down from the beast. I couldn't pick anybody else. Had to pick Brock Lesnar.
True that, true that. Because I'm loving what they're doing with Strowman, but I really want to see Strowman come up with the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar and all them. I want to see how that go down.
And Goldberg like in the Royal Rumble, yeah, that's gonna be cool. If that goes down, I'm gonna be hyped. Let's go to promo of the week. My promo of the week, like I said, the only one that really stood out to me. There's good ones, but the only one that really stood out was the King's Court segment between Jerry the King Lawler and Dolph Ziggler. And for the first time, you're gonna hear me say it, Shawnee. I gotta give Ziggler his props.
Oh my god!
The end is nigh. Ziggler actually had a good week. I actually liked the whole heel turn, the little like I don't know, it's like this attitude change in Dolph Ziggler. I felt like it's something fresh to me. Finally, we seen something different from Dolph Ziggler. Is it me or did he pretty much tell the world that he was gonna kill Jerry the King Lawler?
It kind of did come off like that. Well, he just kicked the dude straight in the chest. I mean, who kicks somebody in the chest unless you're trying to give him a heart attack? So
and he was like, "Oh, I'll finish what I started." Isn't that like attempted murder, like premeditated murder or something?
And everybody just let it slide. Like, I'm pretty sure that's premeditated right there. But hey, whatever.
But yeah, that's my promo of the week. Who's yours?
My promo of the week, I had to choose. It was kind of hard, but I chose the beginning of SmackDown Live with The Miz and AJ Styles, with John Cena instigating them, because I love that segment. I really did. Shane McMahon pandering to people. I mean, it's okay for his character. I mean, it's what it is.
It's typical Shane.
Yeah, it's typical Shane. But when AJ Styles came out, it got hype. And The Miz has been doing some firework. As if you guys been watching our earlier videos, we've been really playing up The Miz because he's been doing some firework. So when he got out there with AJ Styles and they was going back and forth and saying this and that, it was awesome. His insult about the soccer mom, which seems to be everybody's go-to thing for AJ Styles.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. And then even Cena coming back on, like, you gonna let him talk about your wife like that, bro? I mean, it was funny. I was like, that was good. That was great. That was a good promo. So I had to go with that.
Yeah, I agree. I have no argument with that. I actually like the fact that now at least we know the Miz is actually going to go after the World Championship. And I think that's a good step for The Miz. The Miz has been fire lately, like you said. So I agree. I got no argument with that. But how about the women's segment of the week?
Now, this is going to be one of the biggest kickbacks that I've ever done because if you guys have paid attention in the earlier videos, I've been talking straight garbage about this feud. But I have to give them their props because they brought it. Becky versus Alexa Bliss cage match with the reveal with Mickie James being a luchadora. I have to give it to them because it was a good match. I was kind of scared because I'm like, their feud has been kind of botch heavy. I'm like, every time they get in the thing, it just seems like they don't know what they're doing.
The matches has been botch heavy. I think they're like the promos has been pretty good. I think the matches have been like off, like something hasn't been clicking. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean they weren't really meshing well, but they really did really good this match. I was literally into it, so I'm like, you know what, they're stepping up.
How do you feel about Mickie James being La Luchadora? Like, you happy, excited, don't care?
Well, it wasn't really a surprise, so I can't really say that like, oh crap, it's Mickie James. I mean, I will say, I will give you props as much as this kills me. I will give you props. You did call this.
Give the champ his props. Go ahead.
I will give you some props for once because this is something you actually called a couple weeks back. I'm not going to lie. I am a man of my word. I got some honor instilled in your boy Shawnee, the destroyer of all your crap. I will say that, yeah, it wasn't a surprise because you did call this way back. But, it is what it is. What about you?
Pretty much proves I'm a wrestling expert. But my women's segment... My women's segment of the week, I was going to give it to Becky, Alexa, and the whole Mickie James, but I changed my mind at the last second. I had to give it to Nikki and Natalya. I don't know. That's really like, I don't know. I was really hyped for the brawl. Natalya has been pretty much boring like her entire career.
Yeah.
But in this feud right here, she's actually been, showing me something a little different. She hasn't been really embarrassing as she usually is. And Nikki Bella, she's a bad actress. Like, she's not really good on the mic. Yeah. But when it comes to brawling, I don't think there's another woman in the WWE right now who's better than Nikki. She had it with Carmella and now Natalya. And I like the whole fact like they were like in the back. That's something different, something new. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just like the whole Nikki Bella. Maybe I just like seeing Nikki Bella. Maybe that's it. But
I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the reason why. But
I just enjoyed the segment. I just thought it was something good. I just liked it. So that's my pick.
Let's go to botch of the week. I got to talk about it.
I had trouble really thinking about a botch. So the only botch I could think of, I actually had trouble thinking of one. I didn't really see any like blatant botches. So the one I chose was, I don't know if you've seen it, but during the King's Court segment, after Dolph Ziggler kicks Jerry the King Lawler in the chest, JBL gets up from his commentator's table, trips over his cord, falls on his knees, trying to run into the ring. I mean, I give him props. He played it off, got in the ring, but that was like the only botch I seen because I was watching and I couldn't help but laugh. Like, who's your botch of the week?
Now, for my botch of the week, I'm pretty sure I told you already, but my botch of the week is none other than Charlotte. I can't stand her promos. I can't stand when she talks because she's just boring and monotone. But when the crowd was chanting Bayley and she was like, "Oh, you guys love to chant that 7-letter word," I'm like, Bayley only got 6 letters, bruh. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry to say, Shawnee, I gotta call you out because you did tell me this.
What's that?
But you wasn't paying attention because Charlotte wasn't referring to the 7-letter word from Bayley. She was referring to being called average, which is 7 letters.
She ain't saying nothing about no average.
Yeah, she was saying something about average, and then the crowd started chanting Bayley, and she's like, yeah, just like her. You guys are like I don't know. She said something, but she was referring to the word average too, even though the way she put it made it seem like she was talking about.
Well, then the way she put it, then she made it seem like when they was chanting Bayley, she was like that 7-letter word. I was like, bruh. But if that's the case, then I'll receive what I said. But I will have to go back. But until then, I'm sticking with that because that just seemed how they put that.
Well, I'm switching mine and I'm putting my botch of the week to you because you wasn't paying attention.
Well, then I'm switching my botch to when you was born. But no, let's go ahead and move on to the WTF dumb moment of the week.
The dumb moment was to me the whole Charlotte Bayley promo. They built it up as her saying her winning strategy. And to me, what Charlotte was talking about had nothing to do with like what the pay-per-view winning strategy. And not only that, when Bayley actually started to spit rhymes,
Oh
it was
yeah.
me. I was like, this is stupid. This is embarrassing. I know Bayley gets a lot of flack lately for being like terrible in the mic.
Yeah.
This did not do her any favors. I just thought the whole segment was pretty much dumb.
Yeah, man, if you ask me, their entire feud has been just like lacking. It's like,
I
man,
agree.
it's just horrible. It's like I don't want another Charlotte Sasha, but put her against anyone but Bailey of all people.
I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought that Nikki, Bella, and Natalia would actually have a better feud than Charlotte and Bayley? Who would
Yeah,
have thought?
my moments. It wasn't really a dumb moment. It was more like WTF, but it wasn't dumb. It was just funny. I saw it and started laughing at how weird it was. But when they did the Sasha Banks knee evaluation,
Oh
and
yeah.
they had
I
Nia
can't know where you're going. Yeah.
Nia Jax comes in and just like dominates her leg. I was like, okay, I see what you were going for. But what the F, man? What the F? Like, so I'm supposed to believe that she is just so gun ho for Sasha Banks that she gonna just freaking attack her during a knee evaluation? What?
That. She was wearing her little bodysuit.
Yeah.
It's like Jax is like, did she like sleep in her bodysuit? Did she wear that everywhere? And not only that, like, how about the other people like surrounded by the ring?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me they didn't see Nia Jax come into the ring? They're all like looking the other way. I mean, that was stupid. I was gonna pick that too. I forgot. I was gonna pick that, but I just had to say something about that Bayley segment. But I agree with you. I agree. That was pretty funny though. Now that I think about it,
But let's go ahead and move on to match of the week.
it's kind of hard. I didn't really see any match that was really like stood out. So I just gave mine to Cesaro, Sheamus versus the Club. Hated the ending, but I felt like the match was actually a really good match, a good tag team match. I mean, besides that, I can't really think of any other match that was really great this week. It was good, but it wasn't great. So I just had to pick that tag team match. So how about you?
Yeah, that was a good tag team match. That's not the match I chose, but that was a pretty good match, and that's saying something considering that the club has been booked horribly since.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on the way they've been booked.
Yeah, they've been booked horribly, so that was a pretty decent surprise, and they even got This Is Awesome chance. The match I chose actually, it was actually up to two, and one of them was AJ Styles versus The Miz, and then the other one was surprisingly again Becky versus Alexa. Even though that finish was weak as all hell, I was like, man, y'all could have done something better with that finish. But between those two, I'm gonna go with AJ Styles versus The Miz because.
Really?
Yeah, I got to put it over him. I got to.
It felt like what 5 minutes before it stopped.
It don't matter. Look at the caliber of that match. But anyways, people, that was our choices. What are your choices? Make sure you tell us down in the comments below. And that covers our review today, guys. But make sure you keep on watching. And if you want to continue to support us here at Jobber Nation, make sure you powerbomb that subscribe button and tap out that bell to be notified. Because YouTube is screwing. You can't trust them, people. You can't trust them. To become a jobber of the Jobber Nation today, my name is Shawnee here with the champ. And if nothing else, always and forever, remember that any jobber with two hands has a fighting chance.
Oh, you actually said it. Wow. Wow.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out.